probably some. Oh, there you go. There you go. All right.
All right.
All right. Fucking back in action, dude.
Damn. 1, 2.
My goal is to try to get people who can't understand where we're coming from, where you see what's going on in the world right now. I panicked a little bit.
Hey, man, it brings back the old days.
I was always ready to go. Anytime you show up to the party with this, it better be.
Yo, what up?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Men of Means podcast. Back again for you guys.
Yeah, here we are, man. We're back again. A little bit of a hiatus. Not really, man. With as James mentioned last week, consistency is the key. And if anybody was going to perform on a consistent basis, it's going to be my boy James over here, man. So way to come through, James. Shout out to you for getting that done. Crystal as well.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, man. And so here we are, man. I think I'm pretty goddamn excited to be back. I missed being here. And right off the top, man, let me just let you guys know something. James went ahead. I posted on Instagram a couple weeks ago. James bought us a new mixer. I believe you want to have quality material, man. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. And James went ahead and did so. So shout out again to James on that. But here we are trying to get this thing going, trying to use it, get it in the mix here. And of course, like anything else, man, you run into a little bit of trouble. You know what I mean? And basically, as James alluded to last week, he is the kind of individual, though, that just, hey, some shit's not right. He's going to lock in and get it done. So we are trying to get it done. We're about to record. Wouldn't you know, the fucking mixer don't want to read the audio. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
And so initially, I'm sitting here. I'm just chopping it up. James is fucking locked in. And I'm just, making jokes, stupid shit. And then it got to a point where I felt like, I even said, like, man, I wish I could help, It's like, yeah, well, you fucking can't, you know what I mean? And then I felt like, man, to my fellas out there, man, you got a girl, you understand how that goes. Sometimes you try to fix something. They pop up, well, like, you working on the car, let me hold the flashlight or some shit. And you sitting there like, nah, man, just leave me the fuck alone. I got it. I look up and I realize like James is in the zone and he's like, you know what I mean? I should just shut the fuck up. So, but then I'm sitting here, my phone's on the fucking tripod. I got nothing to do. I'm doodling in my little fucking journal. I'm reading a fucking whiskey bottle. I don't know what to do. Time's just a fucking running by. And I'm just like, you just shut the fuck up. You keep your mouth shut. Let the man go to work. And then finally, James, as always, comes through. He gets up and he goes, hey, and thanks for being quiet.
Well, I appreciated that because I think it like, obviously you don't want, not that you don't want it, but like it doesn't help. So he did the good thing there. And,
Yeah.
And it also reminded me of when probably we were maybe in high school, maybe a little before, where you had no phone and you got to just shut the hell up and just do nothing.
And you're just like looking around.
And it's like, okay that you got nothing to do. It just,
well, let me read this bottle.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
It's like when you go take a shit without your
that's what
phone.
I'm saying. It's like, what do I do? You know what I mean? What? I can't believe, how do people live like that? You know what I mean? Anyway, man. So as always, man, we're going to jump into whiskey time here. This week, it's funny. Earlier in the week, James and I were talking a little bit about Irish whiskey, and I asked the question. I said, "Man, can you name more than 3 Irish whiskeys?" I think he hit 3.
I think I got 3 and then 5 after maybe.
Yeah, right. But on the spot, it's like fuck. I Jameson Proper 12 Redbreast. That's all I got. You know what I mean? That was all I knew.
Yeah. Then I threw out Slain.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, there's another one. So we're getting a few. You know what I mean? But I just thought,
And
hey,
Powers.
yeah. You did throw that in, and I was like, I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, so we identified, well, here we are with the podcast. A perfect opportunity to educate ourselves, get a little more familiarized with Irish whiskey. So this week, we got the Quiet Man. That's the 8-year-old single malt Irish whiskey coming to you straight out of Ireland, man. So you guys go on a journey with us. It's a small batch. It won some awards. It looks like it won San Francisco World Spirits Competition in 2016, double gold. That's 1 year after they started. They started in 2015.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's coming out the gate swinging. You know what I mean? So here we are. This one is it's aged in oak bourbon cask for I don't think the whole time it's an 8. Now it's not the whole time in the 8 years all in that. But then, so they started in that, then they recask it and finish it in a first fill bourbon. Oh fuck, I'm all over the place.
A first fill bourbon barrels for an unmistakable Irish flavor.
Which seems weird. Like, it's all of it fucking aged in bourbon barrels. Is that what Ireland does? You know what I mean?
Honestly, if I had to guess, I would say that they were trying to put a little more flavor at the end with the bourbon barrels.
Yeah,
because the bourbon is distinctive with
right with the corn.
Yeah,
You
with
got your
the
corn
corn.
going on there and everything. So there you go there.
So on presentation though, the canister is nice.
Yeah, I like the black and gold.
I can't be mad at the colors.
You can't be
There
mad
are
at the black
colors.
and gold. You know what
It's
I
our
mean?
colors.
It does play the role correctly. So
Yeah, and that just goes along the whole bottle.
Mhm.
I like the color scheme. I can't. Black and gold looks good together.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I like the name, The Quiet Man.
Yeah, it's intriguing.
It is, and it's funny because it's like 8 years, and we're used to like at least 10,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But 8 years is not bad at all. It's better
Well,
than a 2 year.
we've had a 24-month.
735 days or
Up to
something like that.
720 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually listened to that one the other day, and I was like, God damn! I was trying to do the math like a fucking idiot. Anyway, so 8 years. Hey, you know what? If you laugh at our 8 years, then you know what the fuck you drinking? Probably some fucking Jameson anyway. So you know, get out of my face.
Basic.
Anyway, so presentation. Yeah, I'm with James. It looks good. The bottle, I mean, it's a typical bottle, nothing too fancy there, but the lettering, the verbiage on it, and it has an interesting story on the back. I won't read it to you. I'd like you guys to go out and try it for yourselves. Give it a read. It's an interesting story of why they named it The Quiet Man. So go on and check that out. And as always, man, so presentation's knocked out. Let's go on and jump into the notes.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
Yeah, it smells good.
It does. It reminds me of the one we had, a little bit of what was it? Apple juice.
Yeah, it's a little sweet.
little apple juice-esque.
Yeah, you smell the apples, but it doesn't smell sweet.
Yeah, it does. It's not like I heard last week's episode. You guys were just screwball.
Yeah, that's straight sugar.
Yeah,
Straight sugar. Don't get that.
I don't
guys.
feel that vibe, so that's always good.
We're actually doing a bottle giveaway. So if you guys want to
Okay.
win the screwball, just
yeah.
if we ever get a comment,
Yeah,
you win it.
Yeah, Gilbert. You know, I
Yeah.
heard you like that, so shout out to you,
Gilbert, leave a comment.
young
It's all
tree.
yours.
Yeah,
Just in time for the holidays.
yeah. Right. The last minute gift, we got you covered,
Got you.
dude. All right?
We only cleared the neck. It's fine.
Avoid the lines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, man. You want to sample that?
Yes.
Well, come on,
Cheers.
brother. Cheers. All right. All right. Kind of smooth. Not too much.
I like that kind of smooth.
Kind of smooth. Not too much spice in there. Not too much bite, if you would.
So I'm gonna describe the point at which the kick comes in, because I like a late kick. I like to where it's at the very end you get
Like that inception kick.
right. This one comes in like right in the middle.
Okay.
You get a little flavor and all of a sudden just kick.
Mhm.
But I like that. And the flavor just continues to develop from there. So I like that it has an early kick to it. That's actually one of my favorite things about this one so far.
Yeah,
It's got a strong footprint.
Yeah. It's a little different for me. I mean, I've been in the Isla game, so there's not that smoky vibe's not there. It doesn't mention anything here about the charred barrels, but if it's bourbon barrels, those are charred. So maybe after having the bourbon in the barrel, take some of that charred sensation away.
And I will say this. We're used to drinking it warmer. It's kind of cold today.
It is a little cold.
And I'm a little shivery.
Yeah, if you watch the video, you see me over here. I should have brought a sweater. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a little cooler than we typically drink it, and it's
Fair.
noticeable.
Fair.
So
fair
very,
point.
very early on, it's a very like colder drink. So it kind
Yeah.
of changes the flavor a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters at all, but it's definitely noticeably colder.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. It is
So,
a bit cold.
I'm hoping it warms me up a little
Yeah,
bit.
I literally drank it. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Get a little more of that going.
Because I'm starting, it's a little cold in here.
All right. So let's jump into our rating on it.
Okay. Where you sitting at?
So like I said, presentation's not bad. The nose, it's definitely tolerable. It gives you like a sweet. It doesn't smell sweet, but it gives you like a essence of sweetness, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. That's the best I could give you. And the taste, it's not my favorite tasting. It's even weird. It leaves an aftertaste in your mouth. Even smoking a cigar, I don't know if these two, the cigar and this particular whiskey here, blend well together. Maybe that's playing a role. But the overall flavor, it's drinkable. I'd give it a 5.5.
Okay. I'm right there. I'm gonna give this one a 6, and the reason why it's not gonna break past a 6 for me is because I'm not hating on the 8 years, but it's definitely a lighter whiskey. Like it doesn't have as much body, and I think that a little. I don't know if they have older years. I'm sure they do, or maybe they don't. I don't know, but I think that you can taste the 8 years. You could tell it's a little under matured, in my opinion. I like it a little bit more.
Yeah.
More body to it. So to me, it's a little bit lighter of a whiskey.
Yeah.
I like the kick that it has. So a good thing that it does have the kick. That's why it's not middle of the road for me. But it's a lighter whiskey on the palate. So if it had more body, it'd bump it up. But for me, it's a 6.
I mean, yeah, I think too, kind of the road we've been living in. This is a different road, if you would, since we're using that analogy. But yeah, I think, and I'm gonna go out here and so that's 11.5 total. I'm gonna say, well, it's like we're just gonna round it up to 5.5. You know what I mean? I fucking.
Would you give it a 5.5?
Oh yeah, I give 5.5. It's 11.5.
5.7?
Yes, yeah, whatever. Round it down. I rounded it down. I put 5.5.
It's right there.
I'm gonna die on that hill.
Right. It's right there.
Heard that phrase lately. We should get into phrases sometime. They're weird. Anyway. So yeah, that's gonna conclude whiskey time. Thank you guys, man. If you guys happen to be out, oh shit, we didn't talk about price point. It was like $37, $38, whatever, something like that. Somewhere around there. I don't know.
Not bad at all. You try it. I would say try it especially if you don't like as much body or you don't like it's smooth.
Yeah.
So I would recommend you guys get out there. The color scheme got me.
Yeah, I like the color
color
scheme. I like the name. The name is what drew me in.
The name cool.
Yeah. The Quiet Man. Again, that's the Quiet Man.
Yeah.
All right, man. So thank you guys. So let's just jump into what's going on, man. So a little something. I'm gonna bring this up just to kick us off a little bit. I watched the movie Tenet. I will not get too deep into it because I don't want to give too much. Yeah, I don't want to fuck it up for anybody.
No spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's and with that said, I'm not even going to discuss what goes on in the movie. However, I'm going to say this: it's definitely a movie you're gonna watch. You got to be ready to think a little bit. It's a little obscure. That kind of keeps you guessing a little bit. I watched it with a very good friend of mine, and her response was, "I don't want to watch this shit. I don't want to think." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Hey, come on, you know."
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away either. I only saw the first 30 minutes. But what I will say is that directing wise, the shots, everything was great right from the beginning. And the other thing I liked about it
Nolan
is it didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
It got right in. If I'm not mistaken, he got into the know like 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
That was cool because it told me that there was going to be a lot more that was happening within the story itself.
Yeah, it lets you know kind of the world they're living in.
Yeah.
And then now where does that go, right? So it paints the picture for you. And from there, you know, we'll just say your imagination, man. You know what I mean? And fucking Christopher Nolan, dude, this guy's one of my favorite directors, man. Memento, he makes movies like that. The Dark Knight, this guy definitely,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows his way around the camera, man. So, great movie. So I just want to keep it on a light note there, and we'll start with that. Also, real quick, I watched 1917. I'd suggest that one too, man. 1917 was good. If you want to talk about cinematography and just the overall visuals of the movie, and continuous shots. The only other movie I could think of that I saw so many continuous shots like that was Birdman, which I was not a fan of.
Yeah, wasn't that like, I don't know how many continuous shots. Wasn't it like,
I don't know the number, but I remember watching like, geez, dude, when are you gonna cut? You know what I mean? Like I was giving me anxiety, like, all right, but save it 1917.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was watching with my boy, man, and we're watching it, and I'm just like, dude, can you believe how long this shot has gone on for? Like, you know what I mean? It's insane. And then to understand, like, they're turning the camera around and it's continuous. So you understand the whole crew has to move as the camera moves. You know what I mean?
All in sync.
Yeah, and it's like, holy shit, how much that must take to get that done. And then how many things that the actor must happen on set that's happening and have to just keep going and act like it was intentional. Like if you slip, you got to act like you just slipped.
It's Michael Keaton, right?
I don't know.
I think it was Michael Keaton.
Maybe. Maybe I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken,
I wish you wouldn't even brought it up.
If I'm not mistaken, is Michael Keaton.
Yeah, perhaps.
That's probably my favorite Batman too. So
yeah. Well, there you go. If you make a Batman, I'm not gonna say that. George Clooney, fucking what's his name?
Fucking
Val Kilmer. Yeah, dude, that shit is so
even
bad.
Ben Affleck. I'm like,
yeah, no, I haven't even seen those. I haven't even seen any of them with Ben Affleck yet.
I refuse to.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'll pass, dude.
It's not for me. It's just not for me.
I don't want to give Ben Affleck a fucking break. Yeah. No thanks, dude. But the town's good, so fuck it. I guess you got one. Anyway, all right, man. So a while back, we mentioned to you guys, man, we got some viewer mail. You know what I mean? And along with that viewer mail, came some suggestions of topics, and James and I read through them. I don't think Anthony was present that day, but he definitely did read these topics, and it would be nice to have his opinion on it. So come to the fucking show. You know what I mean?
Just show up.
Yeah, dude.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
How many times you gonna have an absent seat?
Yeah, I know, man. Fuck, dude. And we can't bring anyone else in because fucking Lord forbid you did that. You know? I'm fucking with you, Anthony. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into this topic. And the way it was written is exactly the way I'm going to read it. It's if all truth is relative, does that mean all evil or corruption is also relative?
And just a little background on that.
Mm-hmm.
So what they were asking was when it came time for our truth segment,
right?
They were like, "Well, isn't all truth relative?" And that's what led into this question,
right?
Right.
And you know, for me and James, you go ahead. I'll let you talk.
No, I just look at. Again, a little bit of background on this individual, because we know what kind of individual this is, and we can always expect a certain level of just she's gonna make you think. She's gonna constantly make you think, and she's also gonna say some shit that most people would never say to you in your life that makes you feel a certain way. So when she's giving feedback and she's asking questions, which she typically does in her little packages that she sends, it's cool because it always has something in there that's like very personal. And this was a good one because she's like, what do you guys mean by my truth?
Right.
And it's funny because sometimes we take it lighthearted. Sometimes it's like, okay, Anthony, he jokes. Oh, you said what I was going to say. Or sometimes we're like, I don't know what the fuck I was going to say. Like, so we didn't, not that we don't take it that serious, because our truths have been very deep. But they are relative to us, which is cool. So when we do the truth segment, you guys get a little glimpse into what's going on in our head. Mm-hmm. You know, not always, but for the most part.
I think you've had your fair share.
Yeah. And we've all had our fair share of really meaningful truth.
Yeah, I meant like the listener. You've got your fair share of a little bit of what makes us tick. You know what I mean?
And the funny thing is, when we started the truth segment, when we initially thought of the idea, it was like everything from like the smallest thing, and none of them have been small since the first episode.
Yeah, I think the first I was like, I hate traffic.
Anthony's like, stay out of this fucking fast lane if you're not gonna go. Yeah, dude. You know, like.
But I think but again, it's relative. It's relative to my world, right? That might not be the same truth for someone else. Yeah. Maybe you don't mind fucking traffic. You're cool with it. All right, live the dream. But so just to jump into this topic, and thank you for explaining that a little bit. That I think that you need some content behind there, right? But if all truth is relative, and I guess initially I don't view truth as being relative. I view truth as the truth is the truth, right? There's only one truth. But the more I think about this question, this topic, I don't think that's always the case. There's like fact, and there's things that are certain. But then there's perspectives. So my truth can be different than somebody else's truth. I might say, hey, I tried my best. James might look at me and think, no, you didn't. Whereas, let's say we're going to run a marathon as you have, right? And I'm running and I'm trying my best. I give it my all. And my time is, it's a fucking 16 hours.
7 hours.
I'm all saying, I don't even know.
I'm trying to give Anthony's time. Yeah. 7 hours.
But I'm like, hey, I tried my best. Maybe I felt like, dude, I couldn't keep going. I wasn't going to make it. I could not continue on with the same pace. I just could not. You can look at that and think, bullshit, you could have. You know what I mean? So that becomes relative. What is the truth there, And same, I think, even like the work field, you might see someone and you think, dude, this guy's just fucking half-assing every day. Maybe that is as much as what they're doing, that's the greatest they can do at that particular task. They might be great at something else, however, and that particular role, maybe that's just not for them, and they are trying their best. It's easy from the outside to look at that, and kind of, you know, make your own assessment of what somebody is. And so hearing this, even like I said initially, I just thought truth is truth. There is no in between, and I think for a lot of things, it is that. If I'm asking you, hey, did you murder that person? Fucking, there's a yes or a no. There's no in between, or maybe sometimes there might be. Fuck, I don't know. You know, so the truth portion of it is interesting, but the second part. Well, go ahead.
Well, no, and in regards to the truth being relative, it kind of sat right where my thinking is, because with the relative truth is my understanding that what you say doesn't need a response from me, right? So like sometimes your truth, I just need to hear you.
Okay.
I need to let you express that, because truth is relative. But it's only because I'm into like spiritual stuff. There's people that I read up on, and I read their books and stuff, and they talk about how there is no like nothing is real. Nothing is true. Everything is based on opinion, because it comes out of your head. Whatever comes out of your head is not your own idea, right? And I'm not talking about creativity. I'm not talking about anything like that. All I'm saying is that the thing is, there is no absolute truth that comes out of your head. It's all based on opinion.
Well, it makes me want to ask you a question, right? So just let's discuss it a little bit, because to me, I think there are absolute truths. Hey, did you go to school today? Yes or no? There's an absolute truth there. Did you or not? Right? Or would you agree with that or no?
Yeah, that's more circumstantial though. Like what constitutes a school? Did you learn?
I knew this was gonna get so much.
No, like
deeper.
Yeah. Did you learn?
No, I get it.
Is a school a place of learning? Did you learn? Did you go to school?
I mean, well,
they say, did you go to church? But did you actually take the word?
Well, in today's climate anyway, right? If you're being schooled on your computer,
is that school?
Did I open it and turn it on? Did I log on? Sure. Did I give a fuck? Was I playing video games while I was there? Yes. Did I go to school? I get your point. That's a very good, very interesting point.
Yeah, so it's all based on definition and what you constitute a school. Someone could be extremely religious in their home, can read the Bible study, live it out in the real world. But do you go to church? Are you religious? Do you go to religious congregation?
Do you live by the rules that are provided? Right?
So it's all, again, it's still relative. It's still defined by what your definition of religion is, what your definition of school is. So it's all just what you think is that. Hey, did you go to work today? I went to work. Did you work? Nah, I didn't really work.
Very good point.
So that's what I mean. Like, so when I say there's no absolute truth that comes out of your head, I mean that if you're gonna give me something you heard on Fox News, well, that's not you. That's not a truth.
Well,
you know what I mean? So, but most of our thoughts, a lot of our thoughts can be secondhand information. So that's what I mean by when it sat with me, I thought, damn, that's true, because every truth is relative. And that statement alone constitutes that belief that what I'm saying is my relative truth.
Right. Which I think lends itself, all of that discussion there, because now the second portion of this statement is, does that mean all evil or corruption is also relative? To me, now that one, that one's an easier topic for me in itself, right? I guess maybe too, the way I was raised by, was very, there's the truth and then there's a lie. You know what I mean? Very, one thing as a child, a little background on that. I used to as a kid, I'd lie to my dad sometimes, you know what I mean? I remember me and my stepbrother lied to my dad once. And then we thought we got away with it. We thought we were fucking golden, right? And they come and my dad's like, yeah, you guys want to barbecue? We're going to go do all these fucking activities. And we're pumped, like, hell yeah. And then we come in and there's this piece of paper on the refrigerator, like a magnet. This thing's written out. And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the fucking words on this damn favor. But when you practice to deceive, a tangled web is what you weave. You know what I mean? And I was a kid, right? And I'm like, and even as a kid, I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? You know what I mean?
Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, I was like, I've seen that. You know what I mean? I ain't Wilbur, dude. Yeah. And then it says, basically, you guys thought you could lie and get away with it. This not gonna. So I went out like cleaned the barbecue and you know what I mean. Like you do all of these things. Like he had us do all this shit like it was gonna happen,
Yeah.
and then wrote like, well, that was a lie. Like Maury, it was Maury before Maury. You know what I mean? Well, son, sorry, that was a lie. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there like, fuck, dude. And then I realized, oh, I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? Like you caught, dude. And so you know that kind of plays a role into why I think initially. But then when you jump into the does it mean that all evil or corruption is also relative? And I think very much so. I think in today's world, our world, especially in America, right? I'll keep it into the world that I think most of our listeners, I don't think we're international at this point.
Yeah.
So we're all coming from America. Evil and corruption is everywhere, literally everywhere. You put your money in the bank, guess what? There's this corrupt mentality behind that. Your job probably to some aspects is doing some corrupt shit.
Politics?
Yeah, but fuck. I mean,
Oh,
fucking
God.
today's climate.
The house
it's-
of corruption.
Look at it. I mean, it's blatant in your face, right? And then all of that. But I'd have to say it's relative. It is relative, right? We have like a legal system here. So a lot of what people deem as corrupt is legal. So is it corrupt? Because it's legal. Is that where you base it on? If you're religious, and there's certain aspects of even religion that I'd say I'd be like, you're not supposed to murder people. They're sacrificing their kids and shit. I mean, at least making the attempt to do so, not necessarily always doing so, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's that kind of thing that there's a shit ton of murder that goes on if you read throughout the Bible, right? You had the whole cities that were destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Was that evil, or was that was done from a good place? You have people that they get so deep into religion that then it causes them to have I forget what it's called, but like basically they go out and they do evil acts to others, basically to fulfill a religious need or a religious I can't put it into words, but you get what I'm saying.
Attribution?
So something of that nature, you know what I mean? Just you get what I mean? Like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna bomb this fucking marathon because this is I felt like my
religion.
God told me that you guys are corrupt and this needs to happen,
You guys
right?
gotta go.
And this will get me into heaven, things like that. But also, again, is that evil? You know, from their perspective, it's relative to them and what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look at like the fucking Harvey Weinsteins and the fucking Jeffrey Epsteins and shit. In their communities, what they were doing, was it considered evil? And we're talking huge politicians are wrapped up into this shit.
Yeah.
The lawmakers are wrapped up into it. Is it evil? To them, I'd have to say yes, because they're making laws against it.
You're talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Harvey.
Did I?
My bad.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein was
He's the fucking movie producer.
right.
Yeah,
He was getting
yeah, he was fucking
favors
doing
for
it. Yeah.
favors.
Yeah.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
It was quid pro quo, but that happens in every business.
Oh God, and then that got wrapped into politics.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, and so yeah, I think evil and corruption is absolutely relative.
I think that I agree. I also believe that it is relative.
Yeah.
And to your point, because here's the thing, Harvey Weinstein,
Mm-hmm.
quid pro quo.
Yeah.
You,
Favor for a favor.
You do me this favor,
Yeah.
you get the role.
Yeah.
You did the favor, you got the role, you got the fame.
Your career blew up.
So
yeah, you got all of this.
So as a normal person outside of showbiz, not that I'm not saying I don't feel bad for emotionally what you're going through,
Right.
but I'm saying, was that the price that you knew you were paying for it?
Well, and I fuck, man. And I know this is a touchy subject, but I also have to think you had a decision you can make right then and there. Hey, I'm good. Not interested.
Don't want it.
Don't want to do this. It goes against everything I stand for. No. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. It ain't gonna be this way though. But then you elect to do so. That's where I think. But is that wrong? You know what I mean? Like, is that wrong now? Like you've elected to do so. Because I'd say, well, you're fucking wrong for doing that.
Yeah.
You could have said no. In those situations, there's other things that obviously are different. But
It's very touchy. It's very touchy. But
Right.
I will say, if somebody is solicited for sex and then they pay, are they wrong? Oh yeah.
right,
It's not the prostitute's fault.
sure.
You're also at blame.
Well, I mean, no, you went out, seek this individual.
E-
That
e-
profession couldn't exist if you didn't go and do it.
Even if you didn't. Let's just say you were a rapper
Yep.
and you met a girl, she was a prostitute. And okay, take Robert Kraft, from the Patriots,
Yeah.
Patriots owner.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
going to a massage parlor, which
Yeah.
tons of other rich white men go to.
Yep.
He got caught, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's at fault. Robert Kraft is not a victim. The people who are working there may be sex trafficked. They
Yeah.
are victims.
So yeah, so there
there you go.
That's the outliner there, right?
Exactly. But I'm saying sometimes there's people that choose that profession.
Right.
They want to make money.
So, but let's make it clear. That's what we're referring to. People that
Yeah.
made a decision to do these things.
Yeah, not
right?
the people
not
who are
people that were
forced.
forced into it. No,
Yeah.
not absolutely. That's a whole nother, to me, that's an evil on a whole nother scale. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you hear the term pure evil.
That's blasphemy. If I use that correctly.
I don't know if you did.
That's blasphemous.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. But yeah, those are that's what I'm saying. It's like it's all in the details and who's involved and who made the choices and like don't get me wrong. If you wanted to be an actress in the 90s and you did some shit because you felt forced and you did it, then yeah, I can't say that you are at fault.
There's being forced into doing something, right? Okay. And I'm not going to sit here and debate that at all, right? Like if people that are forced into something, fuck, my sympathy goes out to you. You know, that sucks. However, though, I think if you have the opportunity to make a decision, and then again, was this gentleman, fucking gentleman giving him all the fuck Harvey Weinstein, all right?
The quiet gentleman?
Yeah. I looked at the bottle, you know what I mean? But no, but like, is he evil for doing so? You know, here's a man who has these fucking yeah. I know I lied, but here's a man who has this power that can do so, right? Or the president of our fucking country currently was doing the same shit, and we elected him president. You know, supposedly. You know what I'm saying?
And the fucked up part is, after the story broke, tons of celebrities, were like, "Oh yeah, yeah,
oh yeah."
We just never said anything.
Well,
so aren't they at fault?
Well, there's a movie called Bombshell I just watched not too long ago, which it talks about. It's basically the Harvey Weinstein story. You know what I mean? I think it's some other dude from Fox, but
What platform?
I want to say Amazon.
In case I want to check it out.
Yeah, maybe Amazon. Charlize Theron, I think, is in there. I think that's who it was. But it's basically that concept, right? Like a powerful man who's in ugly fucking fat loser powerful man who has power, money, and is in a position to make or break you, basically solicit you for sexual acts. I mean, this particular movie, there was a choice to make. You know, like one scene is telling a chick, like, lift your dress up more. Like, I need to see your legs. You know, you're gonna be on air. I need to see it. Lift it up more. The point, it's Margot Robbie too, and she's sitting there and she's like, "Well, fuck. Okay, well, how high do I have to go?"
I'm watching it now.
But then, yeah, and she lifts it up, and I mean, like, you know, like her undergarments are exposed. You know, like you could see what she got going on. Very similar to Wolf of Wall Street. You know, you like Margot Robbie there. Check one of those out.
Yeah, I'm only saying that I'm gonna watch it because she has, not because of the content.
Well, understood,
You know what I
right? But then later on, I mean, like it fucks with her, you know, and I get that. I mean, a lot of people make decisions that fuck with you after you make the decision, right? At that point in my world, if I do something like that and I make a decision here, man, or I don't know if I use that, but if I make a decision, I understand, like, I made this choice, I have to live with this choice. You know what I mean? That's just the world that I think that we all live in, right? If I made a decision, I consciously decided to do something, I'm personally not going to blame anyone else that was a part of it. I'm going to blame me. I don't think most people that I know, most people that I interact with, I should say, are not like that. That's very quick to fuck. It's your fault. You know what I mean?
But my question too is that, like, when there's evil or corruption, at what point are you part of it? Because like like I said, there's tons of people who knew that didn't want to blow a whistle.
Well, right. Even if you weren't involved, but you turned
right.
You turned the other way. Yeah.
Right. So like for me, and I'm talking about like a basic ass life. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I wouldn't do some shit that I couldn't stand for. I would be a whistleblower at that level. So I'm just saying, like, all these other people externally knew if you blow a whistle, I might be done too. So you're in the same position as a person they're doing it to. So I'm just saying, like,
so are you just as evil?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's relative, but what do you think their reason was for not blowing the whistle? That they weren't the ones in the situations, or they weren't the ones getting the roles?
I imagine it's easier to look at, if you weren't directly impacted, it's easier to just look away, where you don't have these feelings of regret and resentment afterwards. until you see how it affected someone. There's nothing weighing on you,
Except
right?
the fear.
Well, the fear of getting fired, so that's why
Right.
you don't say anything. But until now, someone comes out and you see, maybe, right? Someone comes out and says, hey, like, this is how it's fucked me up, and I've been dealing with all this. Now, maybe that weighs on your conscience because you could have helped them at some point. If you're the secretary letting the girls in and you know what's going on behind that door, but you're just sitting there just bringing them in and watching more and more come in over the years, and you do nothing, and fuck, I could have done something.
Yeah.
Maybe now that weighs on you.
Right.
And so maybe at that point, you're like, oh, well, I'm going to come out and say, yeah, I'll corroborate the story. This is what's been taking place. Because now the pressure is on you. You know what I mean?
But it's funny because the pressure really dulls. Like, let's just say the secretary comes out and she's testifying now. No one looks at her like,
well, what does she have to lose now?
Well, I mean, no one looks at her like part of the monster.
She's not part of the problem, but she is part of the problem.
But she was.
This is JeffreyEpstein's home chick that he was kicking it with.
But
that
she was
fucking
right,
bringing them all in,
yeah.
right?
But no
maybe
one looks at her.
Maybe she didn't have sex with these chicks, but
she
she was the
knew.
one. She's like the madam of the group. You
She
know
knew.
what I mean?
She
She's
knew.
like, yeah, she's recruiting them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And hushing them up and shit. And so, I mean, yeah, to me, I think, fuck, you're equally as bad. You know what I mean? To be fair, you're an enabler at that aspect. That's kind of what you're doing. And you're making it like you've developed a system with that individual to make it where they can do this.
You grease the wheel.
Yeah, there you go.
You definitely do.
Yeah. So back to the point though, but even then, like, I mean, other countries look at Americans and our way of life as being evil, right? So again, it's relative, right? I don't think I don't fucking disagree. You know, I think a lot of the ways that we live in America is fairly evil. I think we're pretty shitty people overall as a society. I think we're pretty shitty people.
Right.
All right, and that's gonna bring me into the next point, which is gonna be in America especially, right? Like, what do we consider our idols? What are our idols? I mean, I think it depends on who you are, where you are in a lot of aspects, but I think overall, the heavy hitters are going to be athletes. They're going to be reality TV stars. A lot of times politicians. You got some religious figures I think people would put in there. Musicians, absolutely. And then let's throw out a few examples, right? Like I said, like LeBron James, idol. I would say probably a positive idol, right? You have your Kardashians. Probably not, in my opinion, probably not a positive idol. Yeah. I think they send a terrible message to kids, especially the kids, and I think that's going to be their main market. You mentioned musicians. I think that could go either way. Yeah. I think if you look at rap music in itself, I think a lot of that shit portrays very negative aspects of life, terrible things, gets people to kind of buy into that and accept that. I love rap music. Don't get me fucking wrong. That's my shit. But I do understand the negative impact that can have. Reality TV stars in itself, I think, are people, clout chasers, if you would, are people really out there just trying to stay relative. You know what I mean? Relevant.
Hungry for that.
Yeah. Just trying to find fame.
Yeah.
Things of that nature, which brings me, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was talking a little about like cosmetic surgery and shit. And I was like, it's funny to me. I was watching The Great Gatsby, and there's a scene in The Great Gatsby where Tom Buchanan goes to that little, what they call like the way station in between fucking where the rich ass people lived in, actually in the big city. And he goes and he's talking to the chick, and he's trying to get what's Toby's character's name?
That's Nick. Yeah. Carraway.
Nick Carraway. Yeah, he tells Nick Carraway, like, she has a cousin, this is his mistress. She has a cousin, you have to come. And he's like, no, I couldn't possibly. You know what I mean? And then she's like, well, all the people say that, or this guy over here says she's beautiful and he ought to know. And I thought about that for a minute. I thought, fuck, dude, what a weird time where someone had to tell you. Well, this one individual gets to say like, oh, no, she's beautiful. Like, whereas today's world, we're so flooded with images all day where top executives and things of that nature get to tell you what beauty is, right? They're the ones telling you, hey, this is what's beautiful. And it's shoved down, especially young women's throats all the time, I think. And it must be difficult for them then if you don't look like what you see and what's being told to you is hot, hotness or whatever, that new hotness, however you want to word it. and our idols play a huge role in that. If your idol or our American idols are American Idols, it's a show.
Yeah.
But if they are, and we put them, we're taking these people that have done all of these things and made themselves look in a particular way, getting all these surgical enhancements and things. How then can you expect anybody not to view that as such, as that's desirable, right? But yeah, I don't know, James. What would you say? What would you say your idols are, and what would you say?
Well, I wish we had a definition of idol. I wish we had a definition of idol. We're using our phones to record right now, so we're pretty much helpless.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Sure.
you know, I grew up not really like my idols were fathers. I didn't have a father. My idols were fathers. My idols were, how can I pull the best out of this father? My some of my closest friends, I'd look at them and my grandfather and stuff like that. Those were my idols. Now, it's funny because we talk about celebrities. We talk about, nowadays you got social media celebrities, you got real comedic celebrities, you got tons of different celebrities. Idols, the only thing I can do is look back and think like, who was I really like following? And it was musicians, because I was I was into music. I was writing music. I love music. I still love music. And I was looking at how did my, people I looked up to, and I guess those are my idols, right? Like musicians. And I don't know, but the thing is, it never really penetrated that part of my life that was more consumed with like men. I wanted strong men in my life. That sounds that sounds terrible, but
I get what you're getting at. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
that just, wow, what a way to put it.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, like, I wanted an example of a good person,
Well, so again,
a good male figure.
even considering that, understanding like here you are a boy, understanding that one day, Lord willing, you end up becoming a man. You want some guidance on what is that? How do I look like that? How does a man need to act? How do I do this? What are the characteristics of these things? Which lends itself, I think, back to the point I'm making. If you're a young girl and you're looking like, okay, well, what? And obviously, to your point, James, I think for me, if I had to, especially as a kid, what was an idol? My dad, easily. However, though, I think too in the teenage years that view gets obscured. You know what I mean? You kind of like, fuck, what are you talking about?
You rebel.
Yeah, you don't get me. I'm gonna do whatever I want, right? And so you turn to things like musicians and things like that. But I mean, even with that said, I get what you're saying about kind of like, hey, you're looking at what am I gonna do? How do I want to do it? Things of that nature, and you make up a good point. Like, what defines an idol? And
because I honestly don't know the definition.
I think there's different types of idols,
right?
Religious aspects of Christianity. One of the things is never worship false idols.
And part of it too is how I look. Like it says, who do you idolize? That's an easier question for me.
Sure.
Who do you idolize?
Yeah.
And so that becomes a very narrow margin for me, because I don't look up to celebrities. I don't look up to reality stars. I don't look up to fashion, stuff like that. I'm also not a woman in America, which, like you said, I think having a daughter, I understand that one of the heaviest burdens is growing up as a woman in America.
Yeah.
That's one of the heaviest burdens. Men can complain all they want about things that they don't have, don't got. To me, I'm more like concerned about who are their idols.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that to me is troubling.
And I think it's harder for them to find socially accepted.
Well, think about how the word has been misconstrued. You hear this stuff all the time. Oh, she's a fashion idol.
American Idol.
Says who? American Idol. The
Fucking
TV show. The whole word.
One of them are my idols.
The whole word has been diluted.
Well, I mean, as most of the fucking language has.
It's either been diluted or it's been categorized to certain aspects. If you don't wear this outfit.
Well, it plays back into corruption, right?
Yeah.
It plays right back into corruption. The corrupt marketing agencies are using these terms to solicit this from you. You know what I mean? To get you to buy their product, whatever it is. And that's what I'm saying initially. If I'm a cosmetic surgeon, and I can sell you the idea that, hey, this is this is what you need to look like, and we can popularize that, which lends itself well to so many billion-dollar industries. There you go. It's a gold mine, right? It's a fucking gold mine for people for corruption to take place. But just back into the idols, I think, I mean, fuck, man, as a little boy, I was like, Stone Cold Steve Austin, man, he's the fucking man. He's the Texas rattlesnake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, smashing beer.
The fucking vibe that I would get when you'd hear that fucking I'm like, holy shit, he's coming, dude. You know what I mean? And so, things like that. But I think more a realistic approach to it is like, yeah, my father. If you ask me today who one of my idols are, it'd be my sister. You know what I mean? And every fashion. And I think because I've grown up and I understand a lot of things different than you would as a child, right? Which is why I think today, when I look at like the Kardashians, and I use them, they're just the easiest target, and fuck them anyway. I don't give a shit. But I look at them, they're the easiest target, and why? Because what are they selling to everyone, right? Like, and they're money hungry. They'll do whatever the fuck it takes. Let's put our whole life online, and we in the process destroy other people's lives. I mean, it fucking destroy them. You know what I mean? Look at Lamar Odom.
Well, and to that point, the thing that's interesting about those people is that we talked about it. They have to be relevant.
Yeah.
So they'll do anything.
Yeah.
So to me, they are some of the most volatile people because they have to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Their whole career, their whole thing is about being relevant. If they're not setting a trend, they're out of style.
And what are they? So there's different means of being relevant, right?
Of course.
But look at they grasped to the easy fucking things that'll keep you relevant. I mean, their looks, and let's be honest, they don't look bad. I'm not saying they do, but if I took like a young Kylie to what Kylie looks like now, so who the fuck is this? You're not the same person.
Yeah, if you really dissect that.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit, dude. Like, you've had everything you can done. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the reality of it. And so, and then to be a little girl and see that, it's like, holy shit. How I can't blame you for the aspiration to want to be like that.
Right.
And then fucking little boys don't make it any better because we're over there like, oh my god, look at her, fuck, you know what I mean? Can you get out of the way? Like, you know what I mean? And that's just shit.
Let me take it back one step though.
Sure.
What was that thing you said? It was religious. You said, "Thou shalt not idolize."
Yeah, you should don't idolize false prophets.
False prophets, right?
Yeah.
What does that statement mean?
My understanding of it, from a Christian,
Not your understanding, your interpretation.
Well, what's the difference, dude?
Because if I told you that my interpretation of Irish whiskey is it's triple distilled, it's different than.
It means it's the same in my lingo. The way I would word it, it would say it means the same. But
I don't want you to tell me what it was supposed to mean.
No,
what does it mean to you?
So from my perspective, from what I get from it is just, especially if we're looking from a Christianity standpoint, is that there is one God. And you shouldn't idolize anything outside of that God, right? And that's anything. That's a fucking alcohol. That you shouldn't idolize. Don't turn like, hey, that's the answer to all my problems. That's where I go. Don't idolize celebrities. Any material items. Any other gods. Which, I mean, if you look at, especially in the time when Christianity is becoming popular and other societies, other religions, in the sense of they have saints and all of this shit. Christianity, on the other hand, does not. So therefore, you don't do any of that. You know what I mean? Even the aspect of Catholicism, you have Mary, who's a major player, whereas in basic Christianity, not so much. It's just, you were like chosen, but you weren't the one that.
You mean nothing else?
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like that was your contribution, and that was it.
No one prays to you.
Yeah, exactly. You don't pray to anything else.
Right.
And so that's my interpretation of it.
Yeah, and I only ask you so I can try to understand how it impacts my life. Who do I idolize? If I was religious, who have I idolized in my life? Right.
Right.
So so when you put it that way, I would say that I am extremely intrigued by people's intellect.
Yep.
And that even goes to musicians. Sometimes I'll hear a musician speak, certain ones, and I'm talking about musicians I've listened to my whole life, not like the latest hot fucking.
No, absolutely. I got you.
So it's funny because I listen to what they're saying, and I do idolize what they're saying. But I don't idolize everything they're saying, but I idolize the fact that they can speak intellectually about
Right.
something and just the way they go about life, you know. So if I'm looking at idols, when I say musicians, those are the things I'm looking for. Intellect. I'm looking for at a young age direction, you know. So those are some of the things that I'm looking towards when I idolize somebody. But now in my life, I don't idolize nobody other than my grandfather and certain individuals and
Right.
family members and stuff
Yeah,
like that. People that impact me personally. I
Right.
don't look outside of that. Family, friends, that's the extent for me.
Yeah. Totally understood.
You know. So I wanted to break that down a little bit so maybe the listeners can kind of maybe see, like, because I know we all grew up and we were like, oh, I'm the biggest fucking fan of this person. And you did, and that's why people fall into that line of like following the Kardashians, because they're like, damn, they're fucking got the latest fashion. So they idolize them. But what is the reason you're idolizing them for?
And you know, man, a point I want to make is this. Like, I'm a gigantic Kobe Bryant fan, right? And a lot of aspects of what he does and his approach to things, I'm right there with. But there's a lot of things that Kobe Bryant does that I don't want. I am not for me, right? And so with that said, I think if you're idolizing any person, yeah, you're fucked up anyway. There's aspects to them that may be great, but that doesn't. There's aspects to anybody, in my opinion, that anybody has the potential to be great in something. You know what I mean? Whether or not you choose to do so, that's on you. But I think everyone has the potential to do it. And so I think if you idolize any person, you have to keep the understanding that is a person and people are not perfect. And so you can't look at it with anything they say is truth all the time or you know that it's the way to go. You have to figure out who you are. You, like you mentioned, you take pieces of what they're doing. Hey, I like the way that they can verbalize something and communicate that. Terrific. I do that a lot when I watch like Dave Chappelle talk. I'm like, holy fuck, man. I wish I could be that inspiring when I speak, right? However, even understanding that, I'm sure there's shit that Dave Chappelle does that I'm like, nah, not for me. You know what I mean? Like it's just it. Even the whole the thing he just did of the Netflix thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have done it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's right or wrong about it. I'm just simply saying I don't think I would have made the same decision. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying about that. And I think we should idolize. Fuck no. I want to say that we should idolize ourselves, but I think also then you get the Kanye West kind of vibes, and now you're all fucked up. You know what I mean?
You never idolize yourself.
Well, I think you should hold yourself in high regard. As someone who self-deprecates a lot, I think it's something I'm understanding is you need to start believing in yourself and understanding that you can do good things and you can be that. So maybe not idolize yourself,
but confidence-wise should be up there,
right?
And self-esteem should be up there.
Mm-hmm.
But you shouldn't idolize. No one should idolize themselves because then you end up like Kanye West.
Right. And so the question becomes then, if these are who we're throwing out, and I think this is a fair assessment of, I think, what the majority of the country would agree, these are what people would consider idols. Maybe they're not your personal idols, but you can see that people do consider them to be idols. What does that say about us as a society? What does that say about who we are and where we're going? And that I think is a question, right? The question that's the bigger picture, and I don't know necessarily. I think, to me, like I said in the beginning of this discussion here, I said I think as Americans, I think we're pretty shitty. I think we're so divided over the dumbest shit that's really irrelevant. Are you Republican or Democrat? Fuck you because you are this or that. Are you black? Are you white? Are you Mexican? This isn't your fucking country. All these things that we hear about every day are shit to me because none of them really mean shit.
Right.
Right? Like, what does it mean? If you're black, does it mean you're shit? No. If you're a Republican, does it mean that you have 1 billion guns, you want to murder people? No. It doesn't mean any of that, okay? But yet we brand it as such. In America, we need to fucking title things and brand things as this is what that means, and that's who you are now, and there's no way around it. And that's what I think. Look at the fucking pandemic now. Oh, well, do you wear a mask? Do you not? Well, if you're not wearing a mask, then you're the worst thing in the world. Are you going to vaccinate? You don't? Well, fuck you. And it's just like, what are we doing, dude? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, in that question, what does it say about us? That's why I'm saying I think that when you look towards people and idols and whoever it is, it's got to be for a reason. And maybe like when you get into politics, it's always going to be messy.
Yeah.
It's always going to be fucked up. But the thing is, it's like, why though? Why are you following this person? You can't follow blindly. And in politics, unfortunately, once you're in a category, you just go for your team.
That's a shit thing to do.
But that's America.
Yeah, and that's the
thing,
man.
And I hate saying that, but that's America.
But it is.
It is. Because we do that with teams, we do that with sports, we do that with everything. It is what it is. And the fucked up part about it all is that it's not who you are, like you're saying. But so what I'm saying is like, what does that say about us, our idols? What does our idols say about us? You should curate your idols the same way you would want to represent yourself. And it's not to say that, oh, okay, well, let's just say you're for Trump. It's not to say that you're a piece of shit. You might have ideas that line up with them.
Well, why are you? The question should be, okay, you like Trump, but why? That should be the fucking follow-up. Not, oh, you do? Fuck you.
If I ask,
that's the thing.
If I asked somebody why they were for Trump and they gave me 3 good reasons, the only 3 why they were for him,
yeah,
I'd be like, well, that's a good reason.
Sure.
But if they don't know shit,
yeah, then okay, and
that's
now
different.
That's the problem we're talking about. If you're just simply saying, "Well, I'm Republican, I'm for Trump," that's why, or I'm white, he's white, I'm going that route, things like that, then that's when you're fucking doing it wrong. But it reminds me of something from Tupac. One of his albums, when he's talking about him and Biggie, and they're like, "Oh, what was the issue?" Well, and he goes, "Man, you guys basically did this." You know what I mean? Like, is this because you made it this? The media made it this. You sold it as this. You did all of this. And once you market something like that, us as consumers in America, we pick sides immediately. Fuck it. Oh, I'm from the West Coast, so fuck Biggie. Things like that, which make no sense. You know what I mean? Like, Biggie was a sick-ass rapper, dude. I'm not going to be like, fuck him because he's from New York. I don't give a shit. Tupac was from New York. They're Baltimore or some shit.
I bumped both of their music, not caring about that fucking East Coast, West Coast thing.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing, too. Just to take it back to sports time, to kind of tie them together. I think last year, halfway through the season, Harden was like, you guys have already tried to build this up, and you guys are trying to give it. He was jealous. He was not jealous, but he was a little salty that someone else was in. He was like, if you look at stats, I'm the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, but you guys are building this other guy. And all of a sudden, everybody starts picking sides. They're like, well, I like him better than I like you. And all of a sudden, you're okay with the MVP.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, the media is going to, like, we already had a fucking conversation about the media mind control. But that's just what happens in America. But what does it say about us?
To me, it's just instead of doing any homework and any understanding of anything for real, we're just so gullible. We're fucking gullible, dude. And we're just willing to consume and we're hungry to consume something. So give it to me. Fuck whatever it is. Oh, yep, I'm going to buy into that. Whether from all of the things we just discussed. And I mean, fuck, you know how many people I know that say, I identify with this religion and they know nothing about it. And I'm like, to me, it just blows my fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like and not just simply religion, but there's so many different aspects of so many things. And I mean, I'm sure we're guilty of it too. I'm not going to sit here and act like I am not. Oh, yeah. I'm just as part of the problem as anyone else.
We both are. Yeah.
Yeah. But at least, if nothing else, at least I can identify that, and I'm seeking to get myself removed from that. You know what I mean? As we talked about the truth, and James brings his points up, and I'm like, fuck, what a great point, what a great way to look at it. I'm in, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very interested in that. I'm willing to consume what you're saying now, which is a different opinion than what I initially had. You know what I mean? That's what I think that's where we fall short as Americans.
Yeah.
Is that we're not open-minded and willing to hear somebody else's side and understand something. We're just fucking shut the door. I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't care what you're saying. And we want to consume what everyone else's opinion is. And then you look at like your Facebooks and your Instagrams, which now understand what you're searching for, and now they just feed you. I search like Trevor Noah, and you search like Trevor Noah, which is like a left-wing kind of guy. Oh fuck! Now you're getting all of this left-wing shit, and if anything you do get is right, it's only negative about being right. You know what I mean? Or the fucking crazy extreme rights, and it's like fuck, man. It's just it's exhausting.
Well, the thing is, like, and that's why I'm saying, like, whenever you idolize anybody, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a certain box. You're putting yourself in a certain category, a certain idea, certain belief system. And that to me is like one of the biggest problems with what I don't want to say an American problem. I just want to say it's a people problem. We tie ourselves so far into it that you're like, well, no, this let's just dumb it down. Let's just dumb it way down. You're like, well, look at someone comes in, they're wearing raggedy clothes. Oh, that's the new Yeezy line though. They're like, he's my idol.
Yeah.
Well, now you're dressing because of that. That's fine.
Sure.
But tell me you like the style. Don't argue and say it's the hottest shit out there.
No, yeah.
You be honest with yourself, with your idols.
Right.
And follow your idols to a point. Like you said, you take parts of them.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
look, Walt Disney, right?
Yeah.
Fucking look at what the guy did. Great things. At the same time, from what we're told, I never met the guy, but total racist.
Yeah.
To do a lot of fucked up things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd imagine.
You know? Yeah, you know. I mean, I think if you look at what this country was built upon, a lot of it was built on corruption and shit anyway. And these are the most successful people and families in the world based on those kind of things.
Right.
Again, what great topics that we were given today. You know what I mean?
Amazing topics.
And I'm very curious, man. And I think this is, if there was ever a time that I'd like to hear what people had to say, I think here's some things I'd like to hear what people think about. Tell me what you think about what I had to say. Tell me what you thought about what James had to say, or just your opinion overall. Fuck, man. What do you guys think? Who Americans view as idols? What does that say about us? Who are we? What is our identity? I think around the world we're viewed as fucking greedy assholes. And I'm not going to say we're not. We're a capitalist society, man. It is based on greed.
Yeah.
It fucking wouldn't work if you weren't. You know what I mean? Like, it just wouldn't. So I don't know, man.
Let's get into our truth.
Yeah, I'll jump into mine, man. So what I wrote down here.
My bad. Before
Go
we
ahead.
do, if our listener who sent us these gifts ever wants to come on, which
Oh man.
I mean,
holy shit.
that'd definitely be a two-parter.
That'd be the highlight of my fucking doing this so
that'd
far.
be a highlight.
Yeah, that would be.
You know,
Yeah.
once everything dies
Oh my
down,
God.
like I want to make sure this episode gets to your ears. We want you to sit down and kind of rack our brains a little bit.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting because I think that this is somebody who is highly influential and just
And very
like,
intelligent.
And the funny thing is, me and Ken are sitting here and we're sharing the general message to the podcast. This is just the general message to us. We got our own individual messages that just almost make us want to cry and walk away and just self-reflect. And so they do so much. If we get to that point, I would love to have you on. We would love to have you here and just kind of go through a lot of anything, whatever you want. But once things calm down, obviously we understand the world we're living in. But yeah, full invitation, and we would be more than just honored.
Yeah, I want to
honestly,
I wanted to second that. Yeah, that would literally be the highlight of me doing this.
Yeah,
because I think it'd be the greatest episode we've had.
I think it'd be great.
One of the most intelligent people, and I'll say this much, and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Who fucking man, I'm impressed. Let me just make that clear. I was impressed the time I met her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, so if you want to do that, apparently you know how to get a hold of us. So you know,
where we're at.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
We're still stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Same place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you got the address.
Definitely. But I'm gonna jump into the truth here. What I wrote down initially while we were doing this before we got into this, and I think it'll lead into where I want to go. It's just, man, I wish that I saw more positivity. You know what I mean? I think I see it within my inner circle. I think I see people trying to be positive. I think I see glimpses of it, as James alluded to earlier. Some celebrities take that on and they want to do some positivity. But I think what happens a lot of the time is people that are doing positive things for others. Other people still, I think there's people out there that want to fucking destroy them because they are. If you can find dirt on the person that seems clean, it's a gigantic story. And I think so many people seek to do that. And again, I think I fault us as a society and consuming that. That's what we're hungry for. I think I almost want to say it's instinctual to who humans are, in the sense of, I mean, you had fucking gladiators and all these other things, and public hangings, and I mean, fuck, the list can go on of how many gruesome acts were being consumed in this country, and I mean, it's humans in itself, throughout time, and myself, man, even today, I called a gentleman. I got frustrated with him yesterday, and I called him today, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking apologize to you. You know, I don't want to be. I wrote in my notes. I began taking notes every day, and just something Travis suggested to me. I mentioned Travis before, but one of the things I wrote down was, do not get angry. You know what I mean? Like, you look like a fucking idiot anyway. Something I think I've heard from Jay-Z, is probably somebody else's, but is if you see two fools, or if you're arguing with a fool, no, from a distance, no one can tell who the fool is. You know what I mean? Just don't be that fucking guy. You know what I mean? And there's my truth, man.
Yeah. So my truth is gonna be this. I think I don't have my phone again, so I'm kind of a fool myself. But it said, never ridicule someone who takes even the smallest step forward, because they're still making progress. I am trying to expand myself and try to do new things and try to grow things and try to put myself in a position. I just want to encourage everybody to take steps, whether that means that, you know, it's personal life, or you want to be a better father, you want to be a better friend, you want to be a better employee, whatever you want to do. I think that whatever it is, I think that you need to take steps forward. I don't care how small they are. I think that's the message I want to put out to you guys, is take the step forward, even if it's tiny. Just know every time you make a good choice, it's a step in the right direction. Every time you make a choice in that, you're going to move forward. So my thing is, it doesn't matter how slow you go forward, as long as you're going forward. Because you know what? Honestly, it's recognizable, because most people are standing still, you know, and I know a lot of people who are moving forward, and I'm just grateful to have them in my life and to see that. But don't be stagnant. That was a message that was given to me years ago. Don't be stagnant. Move forward and just enjoy shit. Like, do it.
I'm just to jump on what you just said. I think something you said to Crystal on the last episode was you likened her to a freight train, and I think when a freight train first gets going, it's going extremely slow,
very slow.
But it picks up momentum, and before you know it, you can't stop that fucking train.
Crush you.
You know what I mean? So keep that in mind.
Exactly. So make sure you guys are going to check out the Instagram. Make sure you guys are following us on YouTube. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, we're at almost 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, dude. I know some people, and I was like, man, look, guys, we're really trying to get there, man. They started reposting us and shit, and I was like, come on, and we're up to 97 last time I checked. Hey, be those last 3. Yeah. Get us to the century mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get us there. We're trying to give you guys good content. We appreciate all the love we get. Obviously, we got our regulars that give us love, and we appreciate it. And that's why Ken said at the beginning of this episode, I just want to be consistent for you guys. You guys are holding me accountable. So we're gonna continue doing what we do. Make sure you guys are sharing it, but just share it. I think the biggest part is share it.
Yeah, please.
Just pass it to somebody. If you're listening to it, pass it to your best friend.
If 97 of you got one more person to sign up, I don't know the math, but you get it. We're damn near at 200.
Yeah, we're closer. So
I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
And until next time,
194. That's what we'd be at.
Actually, my daughter's one of them.
Yeah.
So you guys step your game up.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. And I apologize for my language, just even hearing that. But you know, I mean, it is what it is. All right, guys. Again, man, much love. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it, man. We'll be back next week. Hey, as always, okay, bye.